The trip is basically talent ID for Richmond Institute or the Richmond Football Club. I chose to do it because one, it would be a great experience. I've never been to China before in my life. And two, it proves that you're interested in doing different things for the club and willing to help out wherever you possibly can.
I decided I wanted to come on the trip when I heard that we'd be coming over and looking into the Chinese culture and into the Chinese athletes, which is obviously what we're studying through the program at the moment. The whole trip in total is 9 days. We're spending 4 of those in Shanghai and then we're spending 5 days in Beijing. Both locations we'll be testing athletes or running a clinic. We're also looking at the Great Wall of China. We're doing temples and all sorts of other cultural experiences as well.
The China trip really appealed to me because I'm really interested in sports development sort of internationally. I think in the AFL scene there's not much international development going on, and China's obviously a huge market with a lot of very, very good athletes, so I think it's something that they can really build networks upon.
To come here because we diverse ourselves in a different culture, open ourselves up to like a new market. For the students, it's a good chance to enjoy the culture and do something that probably not many people would get a chance to even do with an elite sporting club like Richmond.
For me personally, this trip's been a massive development for myself. I get to say I've done international development with students and really build those networks with some people who know a lot about sport in this country and internationally. It's an unbelievable opportunity that Swinburne provides in conjunction with Richmond. At the start of the last year I would have never believed I would end up in China doing sports, so it's really changing my life as we speak.
We've brought a group of 8 students over here, our first time to India, first time Richmond Football Club's been in India too. Just giving ourselves a really good opportunity to introduce the game of football, but also to introduce our students to the opportunities around exercise science, sport coaching and those sorts of things.
So Richmond is here for Sport for Social Development program, and they're here to go out and meet children from underprivileged communities, from slum communities who develop through sports.
It's been an eye-opening experience for our students, but more than anything it was about allowing them to see the power of sport, the power of leadership and health and footy can have on a community that doesn't get access to those things.
We've got a partner here, Primitive Sports, and Primitive Sports has taken us to introduce some pretty amazing programs in some schools around fitness testing, but also screening the movement of their students and then introducing to AFL football. So over the past 4 or 5 days, we've introduced the games to over 2,000 students. Amazing experience, and what we've found, there's a real passion for what we're doing.
Teaching football overseas is something I've always wanted to do, and seeing the kids' faces when they learn something new and try something new is great. Best feeling.
They're really into it. After the end of the session, they always come up and ask questions and want to learn more about the sport.
They're just so full of beans and so happy and grateful for you to be there. There was a little girl and she said, I'd love to play Australian rules football in the future. It was so gorgeous because none of us kids here knew what football was, and to see her want to play is amazing.
It's been a fantastic experience. 1 week, 2,000 people know the game, know the Richmond Tigers, so if we keep this going it's going to be a huge thing.
So we're in Jabiru, which is up in the Northern Territory, about 2 hours from Darwin, and we've come to the local area school where we've been working with all the kids, running activities, getting them all involved, which has been absolutely amazing because most of the kids don't usually get involved, so the teachers were ecstatic that we could get them to do the activities that we had planned, which was awesome.
So Jabiru Area School has about 220 students. We have 60% Indigenous students at the school, and the students range from coming from remote communities, quite a far way out, about an hour drive into the school, to kids living in town. And they've had a fantastic time working with the Risel students. They've really enjoyed getting out there, playing the games. They love having new people come into the school, so they really have enjoyed having older people take a really big interest in what they're doing and what they're learning, and trying to get them involved in the games they're playing.
The ages range from, we had grade 1, 2s all the way to year 7 and 8s. And it's been great fun. The sessions go for an hour, the kids get involved, we encourage them to just have a go even if they don't feel like it. And yeah, the kids are great energy, full of fun, it's amazing.
We have done some cultural things as well. We hung out with Abel and he showed us how to paint the traditional skeleton styles up here. We also did some bracelet weaving with Lizzie, and she showed us how they made reeds into bracelets and then into bowls and then other jewellery and other bits and pieces.
We also did a boat trip. We did a couple of hours on a cruise, and we were travelling upstream, downstream. We've seen crocodiles, seeing wildlife, some plants, some everything down there. Took 2 hours. We did get rained on, which was an experience. But yeah, no, that was great. For a couple of hours there, we got to see a lot of the wildlife that there is here in Northern Territory.
Tuesday night, we got most of the town down, a couple of the teachers from the local school, and it was pretty much at the start. We just ran a kids clinic, so it was boys and girls mixed, and then it got serious, and everyone was showing off their talents. So it was pretty cool to see the Indigenous kids' skills.
Richie Tambling's been so good on the trip, showing us showing us about the whole local community, allowing us to get in and connect with the kids.
To have the Rysel kids come here and mix and mingle the way they have, it's just given a buzz to the whole school. You know, the Rysel kids have been pretty proactive and pretty energetic the whole time they've been here. So it's been this exciting new thing that the kids have picked up. It's definitely been a benefit to both the Jabiru community and the students here. You know, they've come every day this week, so some of them are at 30% attendance rate, and just for this week, because you guys are here, they're at 100. So it's a huge difference. And then yeah, thank you guys for coming. It's been great.
On behalf of me and the 20 others that came with us, I'd just like to thank Richmond and Swinburne for the opportunity you gave us. It was a once in a lifetime opportunity sort of thing, and I'm really glad that I did it. Probably never would have came out this way if it wasn't for them. So it was a really good experience, and if there's anything else like it, I'd definitely be keen to come back.